Time now for the Mark Kotsay Show, brought to you by Folsom Lake Ford. Kots, how are you today in Milwaukee?
I'm doing well. We bussed here last night after the game, and we had a little traffic. But outside of that, we got here safely, and we're at the Pfister downtown in Milwaukee, and at the ballpark early.
Trains, planes, and automobiles. I love it. You know, the one thing I think about when the team is on the road, it's when guys can spend a lot of time with each other. When you're talking about the flights, when you're talking about buses, it's great for team bonding. So talk about these experiences, because Milwaukee and Chicago so close. Kind of a good thing to play fantastic Chicago and have the guys all together on buses up to Milwaukee.
Yeah, it was obviously a good series in Chicago, and getting on the buses yesterday with good energy coming into Milwaukee. I mean, we know this club is playing pretty well. They probably haven't fired on all cylinders yet this season, but it was good group of guys. Just the bus ride was great. There was a lot of joy, a lot of laughter, and as you said, 2 hours in a bus can bring guys together for sure.
So when you look at, you've played a lot of tough competition. How nice was it to finish off a series? You got to learn how to win at this level. How nice was it to get that sweep in Chicago?
Yeah, it was a great day yesterday. I mean, obviously we wouldn't have been disappointed coming out of there with a series win. Those are the things that we know we have to take control of, especially against teams we feel good that we can go out and compete and win. But yesterday the start of the game, a little bit slow, a little bit less energy, and then obviously things turned our way and a couple big hits from guys. So, overall, it was a good series for us. And coming into Milwaukee, as we talked about earlier, this is a good team. We know we have our work cut out for us.
Well, talk about getting battle hardened. You've faced some really stiff competition early with the Cubs, the Padres, the Mets. You've played in some really cold weather in Colorado and now Chicago. Just talk about how that really kind of sets your team up to really be, as I said, battle hardened.
Yeah, I mean, we have had some tough conditions, and we've played some good, tough teams, all of which are above 500, I believe, Mets, Cubs, Padres. So, coming in here to Milwaukee, this team's a game above 500. They obviously won the division last year. They went to the playoffs last year. It's very similar, the group that they have. Tonight we're facing Peralta, which is a tough matchup for us. So – but the early part of the season, the schedule, the conditions all can help the culture that we talk about. And, these guys continually show. I mean, that game on Tuesday night in Chicago was one of the colder games we've played. And for these guys to continue to just stay focused, prepare the right way and just have that mindset that we're going to go out and win games regardless of the conditions. It's been fun to watch.
We were bringing it up yesterday. The future is now. Looking at the top of your order, Lawrence Butler, 24, Jacob Wilson, 23, Tyler Soderstrom, 23. All three of these guys, so much to talk about. Just what was the thought process with that lineup yesterday, and will we see more of that going forward?
No, I mean, listen, Jacob was there yesterday. Lang was out of the lineup. It was, an opportunity to get Jacob up to the top. And linked in the bottom of the lineup out. Like, there's always reason behind it, right? So, you try to construct a lineup that is in length, that are, tough at bats throughout. You obviously want to get your guys up there that have, the best opportunity to make impact, to have impact in the game. We're built around the home run and the slug, and Jacob's a part of this offense that's different. He showed that yesterday with obviously coming right out of the gate and hitting the ball to the right side after Lawrence doubles. And, that's a great at bat. That's a productive at bat, even if it wasn't a double, right? So later in the game, he used the same approach. He's been fun to watch. He's taken some good, solid quality at bats. But for us, I mean, the way we've constructed our lineup with getting the guys that can do damage to the top is how we're going to continue forward.
All right, so Lawrence Butler got off to a little bit of a slow start, but talk about him right now because he is hot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if it was a slow start. I mean, you're judging 20, 30 at bats. Like we're still into the beginning of the season. I mean, we haven't even broke 100 at bats. So I try not to judge, the start of a season based on, 50, 60 at bats. I mean, I guess that's when you start to evaluate, like if guys are struggling with the strikeout percentage, if they're not walking, but for Lawrence, like, I mean, if the expectation is for him to hit 300, there's only like 15 guys in the league that hit 300. So that's pretty high expectations for a guy coming off a second half of a season, not a full season. So for me, I mean, I've been overly pleased with the job Lawrence has done up there at the leadoff spot. We know how super talented he is. It's so fun, so exciting. And I think it's great we all have high expectations. But let's not put Lawrence in a category that very few hitters are in, which is, that elite 300 average, which we don't see it anymore. I mean, guys that hit 250 now, there's like, wow, he's hitting 250. Sweet. Like, I mean, come on, let's be real, right? So.
Well, if you're worried about high expectations, get ready for Tyler Soderstrom because he's on a record pace right now, and you can't deny it. He's got 9 home runs. You look at the OPS, you look at the above 300 average. I mean, what can you say about Tyler? Just sometimes in life, the light goes on for a young man, and it looks like that light has gone on. It's pretty special.
Yeah, it's been great to watch. You know that. You know how much I love Tyler and have been invested in Tyler since the first call up in 23 at the end of the season. And we have a great bond, I think. I mean, you can ask him that question, but I feel like we're really connected. And to see him go out and have the start to a season, to build that confidence, I mean, ultimately, I'm very thankful that this is the start he's had. And I've granted, I mean, yes, like you talk about, this guy's on record pace, right? And we all know that at some point has to come back to reality. But for Tyler, the at-bats, just watching the continual plate discipline, swinging at good pitches to hit. I mean, he's lined out, shoot. And in Chicago, he probably could have had 3-4 more hits, where he hit line drives right at people. Yesterday, he lined out to center. The day before, he lined out to short. He had lined out to right. So we talked about him in the beginning of the year. You guys asked who I felt might have a breakout year or who might, be someone of surprise. And Tyler's been that guy for me. And to have a guy in the middle of the order now at 23 years old, putting up numbers like he's putting up, it's pretty fun.
I mean, it's pretty easy just to ride him in the 3-hole every day, no matter who's pitching, right? Righty, lefty. It's like the way he's going. It's pretty simple.
Our lefties, and all 3 of them, they take good at bats against lefties. I mean, you're going to look bad occasionally on a left-handed reliever that's got, a funky arm angle, funky action, plus slider. But for the most part, when they're in there, I have just as much confidence against them against lefties than I do righties. And I think that's a compliment to the work they've put in. I think it's a compliment to how we've kind of grown them into now, being in the lineup against a left-handed starter.
And JJ Bleday started to get hot again.
JJ, yes. JJ had a tough run for, a week and a half, 2 weeks, the start of the season. Tuesday night in the dugout, I walked down to him. I mean, he was really frustrated. He lost a ball in the sky that impacted the game. He had an 0 for 4, 0 for 5 night, right? And I just walked down, I put my arm around him and said, look, man, we're barely into this thing. We're 18 games into this thing. Like 1 3 for 4 day turns your numbers right around, and you're looking up there and you're like, okay, I'm feeling good now, right? And then Wednesday, what happens? He goes 3 or 4, it's homer. And yesterday, he had continuation of just that confidence, man. This game is really hard. It's really hard. And especially during the beginning of the year, when you talk about a slow start and you're looking up there and it's 189, you go through that period of 60 at-bats in the middle of your season at 350 to 450 at-bats, it's marginal. Like it's minimal. You go from 267 to 248. Oh, wow. Okay. Nothing. But you go from, 250 to 150 because you don't have enough at bats. And that's where you look up there at the board and you're like, man. I got to get going, Well, you got another 350, 400 at bats to go, So,
well, and that's everybody's got talent. And sometimes when you think, what's the job of the manager? Sometimes playing psychologist. I mean, you were in the league for 17 years. These are the experiences you had. You understand exactly how they're feeling. Just talk about sometimes the best thing you could do for a guy, what you did for JJ Bleday. Put your arm around him. Tell him it's going to be okay. I mean, to help guys out.
I think that's big. I think these guys need to know that I'm behind them. I think these guys need to know, through my experiences in 17 years of a playing career that I know what they're going through. And I just, timing of messaging is everything. And, I can't say that I don't have a wizardry about when to do it. It just comes from the heart, and it comes from a place of experience, which, I'm thankful that I have. I've been blessed to be able to do this and play the game at the elite level for a long time. And, my job sitting in this seat is to make sure that these guys have confidence, to try to get them confident when they're not, because they're really freaking good. They are. And yet this game's really hard and they're going to fail.
It's like this show. Sometimes during the year, we feel like we got to put our arm around you, Kots. No one is ever helping you out. We feel like we got to help you out because no one's ever there for you. You got to do it for everybody else.
I've got a great staff. I do. But, don't get me wrong. There's definitely times when I beat myself up and, I do try to stay off social because I get beat up enough probably on social. So, I limit that exposure. I generally, only do things to promote events. Like I just posted something on my Instagram about a great concert called Cure for Curebound, which is a great organization down in San Diego, through immunotherapy treatments for cancer. And as you guys know, we're all in this battle with our our hitting coach, Mike Aldretti, with his wife, Gina, going through it. She's a fighter and she's been amazing and inspiration and strength for us as a group. So just wanted to mention that. I don't know why it came up, but she's battling right now.
No doubt. Thoughts and prayers. All right, Kots, appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week. The Mark Kotsay Show brought to you by Folsom Lake Ford. Go get them in Milwaukee, and we'll see you back in West Sacramento.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.